delta modulation, and today's topic is adaptive delta modulation. Okay, already we know that in delta modulation we have two drawbacks. One is slow power destruction, and second one is Gaussian destruction. That means ideal noise. Okay, that is the drawbacks. To overcome the destructions in the delta modulation, you will go for the adaptive delta modulation. Okay, adaptive delta modulation. So here, coming to the adaptive delta modulation, the better performance can be achieved if the value of delta is not fixed. That means the steps will not be fixed. Then automatically you will go for the better performance of the system. Okay. So the value of delta changes according to the amplitude of the analog signal. According to the amplitude of the analog signal. So how delta value will be changed means be the amplitude of the analog signal. Okay, it will be amplitude of the analog signal. It has wide dynamic range due to the variable of the step size. Okay. So here better performance can be achieved if delta will be not fixed. Okay, step size will not be fixed, then we can obtain the better performance. How the delta will be varies according to the amplitude of the analog signal. Delta value will be varies according to the amplitude of the analog signal. And it has wide dynamic range due to the variable of the step size. Whenever you are changing the step size, then it will be supported the wide dynamic range of the signal. Okay. Also, better utilization of the bandwidth will be obtained when compared to the delta modulation. Okay. అంటే ఏంటంటే ఎప్పుడైతే మనకి డైనమిక్ రేంజ్ అనేది మనం సపోర్ట్ చేస్తుందో ఆటోమేటిక్లీ it will be also be supported the utilization of the bandwidth. The bandwidth will be efficiently utilized compared to the delta modulation. Okay, you can see. Okay, and it is also be improves the signal to noise ratio compared to the delta modulation. This will be obtained in the adaptive delta modulation. Okay, here to overcome the slope overload destruction and Garnier, we will choose the adaptive delta modulation. It is similar to the delta modulation. Okay, and the main function of the adaptive delta modulation is to adapt to the amplitude of the signal when increases or decreases for the step size. Whatever the input signal that will be obtaining, for according to that input signal, the step size will be increases or decreases, that will be adopted in the adaptive delta modulation. So the amplitude of the signal increases, then the step size of the signal automatically increases. So whatever the input signal you are taking, analog signal, if it is increases, then automatically according to that, automatically the input size of the step size will be also be increases. That is the takes place in the adaptive delta modulation. But the use of adaptive delta modulation, the step size will be increases according to the amplitude of the signal. Automatically. Okay. Here, coming to the block diagram, we have two sections in the block diagram. One will be considered for the adaptive delta modulation transmitter, and another will be considered for adaptive delta modulation receiver. First, you choose the adaptive delta modulation transmitter. Here, this is the adaptive delta modulation. If you see, it is similar to the it is similar to the adaptive delta modeling. How it will be considered means, if you remove the logical for step size control, then it will be comes under the delta modulation. Only one block is differed from the delta modulation. That block is logic for step size control. Logic for step size control is the only one block that will be differed from the delta modulation transmitter. Okay, మొత్తం సేమ్ ఉంటుంది. Only one block is different from the delta modulation. That block is logic for step size control. Here also you will give the input signal, sinusoidal signal, and that will be compared with the previous signal. So always the present signal will be compared with the previous signal. The present signal will be compared with the previous signal. Here also only here also only one bit sampling will be takes place. Only one bit will be transmitted. One bit quantizer will be used here. Okay, whatever the error signal that will be obtained, that will be given to the input of the one bit quantizer. Here it will be also be transmits the only one bit, but that one bit will be controlled by the logic for step size control. Logic for step size control. What is the logic for step size control means? They will be decided it will be increase. That will depends on the logic for step size control. So according to the input, the step size will be increases or decreases. That will be decided across the logic for step size. Logic for step size. Okay. So the finally will be obtain the transmitted signal zeros and ones across the adaptive delta transmitter. Here you can see the signal, how it will be transmitted. You can see after. So here also so far we discussed that will be here. It is similar to the delta modulation except logic for step size control. So what is the functionality of the step size control? Logic for step size control. The main function of the step size control is to control the step size according to the amplitude of the input signal. So whatever the signal will be controlled by the input signal. Okay, controls the step size according to the input. That is the main function of the logic for step size. Okay, and also if the amplitude of the input signal increases, automatically the step size of the signal increases. Okay, whenever the input signal amplitude will be increases, then automatically the step size of the signal increases. Similarly, the amplitude of the signal decrease, then the step size also be decreased by controlling the logic for step size. By controlled by the logic for step size. Okay. Here you can see how the signal will be controlled, how the adaptive delta modulation waveform. Here you can see the delta modulation waveform here. Okay, x of t is the input. That means analog signal, and whatever the staircase that will be you are seeing there, that signal is considered as quantized signal, which is a present signal. So here that signal will be controlled by the input signal by using the logic circuit. Okay, here if the input signal is high, input amplitude is high, then automatically the staircase xq of cap of t, that will be also be increases the step size of the staircase. Okay, a step size kuda increase chestundi. If the input signal x of t will be reduced, then automatically the step size of the staircase signal will be reduced. So whatever the signal you will be transmitted for a 1-bit transmission, that signal here that will be follows the input. That is that's why only it will be overcomes the destructions in the delta modulation. So adaptive delta modulation will not be follows the step size will not be fixed. So due to that reason, whatever the input will be increases, automatically the step size of the staircase will be also be increases. then input will be reduces, the step size also be reduces according to the input amplitude. Okay, this is the waveform that will be related to the adaptive delta modulation. Okay, and you can see the adaptive delta modulation receiver. You can see the adaptive delta modulation receiver. Here we have two states, two representation of the adaptive delta modulation. One is accumulator and second one is logic for step size control. Logic for step size control. So manaku first vachedi endante logic for step size control is the first block, and second one total delay and low pass filter whatever may be, that is represents the accumulators, which will be called as accumulator. That circuit will be called as accumulator. Okay, and here compared to the delta modulation receiver, then here only difference is logic for step size control. Okay, how the step size control will be takes place, you can see here. Logic for step size control for adaptive delta transmission will be considered here. The main function of the step size control in receiver is to compare the present input signal amplitude and previous signal amplitude. Okay, previous signal amplitude, they will be compared and that will be given to the accumulator. That signal will be given to the accumulator. So accumulator is to generate the input signal form, the binary form of the step size control. Accumulator means the main function of the accumulator is to generate the input signal from the binary form of step size. Input signal from the binary form of step size. So receiver block lo vachesariki only two untai. One is step size control and second one is accumulator. You already seen accumulator in the same delta modulation receiver. Here also only one block will be added. That block is step size control. Step size control is the added here. What is the main functionality of this step size control is to be compare the present input signal amplitude and previous signal amplitude, and that will be output will be given to the accumulator. That output will be given to the accumulator. So accumulator functionality, main function is to generate the input signal form from the binary form of the step size control. ఇక్కడ మనకు వచ్చేది ఏంటి, రిసీవ్ అవుతున్న సిగ్నల్స్ అన్ని జీరోస్ వన్స్ అంటే బైనరీ ఫామ్. సో బైనరీ ఫామ్ నుంచి ఒరిజినల్ సిగ్నల్ ని కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేయడానికి విల్ గో ఫర్ ద accumulator. This is the adaptive delta modulation. మీకు ఎగ్జామ్ లో adaptive delta modulation ఇస్తే you can write the first representation. Why we'll choose the adaptive delta modulation? What is the representation of the adaptive delta modulation? To overcome the distraction noises from the delta modulation, you will go for the adaptive delta modulation. Here adaptive delta modulation, it is similar to the delta modulation except logic for step size control. That is the block that will be added here. What is the main functionality of that particular block is it will be controls the step size according to the input. If the input signal amplitude is increases, then automatically the step size of the adaptive delta modulation signal will be also be increases. So if it is reduces, then the original signal will be also be reduces. That will be shown in your figure, and you can also be block diagram. You can also be write the block diagram. Okay, sorry, this is the receiver also we discussed now. Only two be represented here, and here what we can discuss it here, that will be represented here. And coming to the what is the main differences or comparison between the pulse code modulation, delta modulation. మనకి టూ టెక్నిక్స్ ఉన్నాయి, అనలాగ్ టు డిజిటల్ కన్వర్షన్ చేసే టెక్నిక్స్. అందులో పర్టికులర్ గా పల్స్ కోడ్ మోడ్యులేషన్, అడాప్టివ్ డెల్టా మోడ్యులేషన్ అనేది మనం యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాం. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద డిఫరెన్సెస్ బిట్వీన్ ద pulse code modulation and adaptive delta modulation? Okay, here some parameters or characteristics తీసుకున్నాను కొన్ని. ఆ characteristics ని బేస్ చేసుకొని parameters ని బేస్ చేసుకొని you will be analyze the differences between the PCM and delta modulation. So we can see the first one, number of bits. So if you consider the how many bits you will be transmitted at a time, that is possible in the modulation technique. Okay, any bits అనేది మనం ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేయగలుగుతాం అని చెప్తున్నాం. So you can transmit the 4, 8, 16 bits in PCM. So PCM pulse code modulation lo at a time you will be transmits the 16 bits into the transmitter to the receiver. Okay, only 1 bit required for the sampling. Delta modulation always be supported for the only 1 bit will be sampled. 1 bit will be sampled. Okay, and number of levels, how many number of levels that will be supported for the PCM and delta modulation. Here number of levels always depends on the number of bits. మీరు యూజ్ చేసే బిట్స్ ని బేస్ చేసుకొని number of levels అనేది చెప్తాం. That will be depends on the number of bits. Okay, here also coming to the delta modulation, the number of levels does not depends on the number of bits, because only you are using the 1 bit only. Okay, they need not necessary of the number of levels, need not necessary of the number of levels. Okay, and coming to the quantization error or destructions. So quantization error will be depends on the number of levels. How many of number of levels will be present, then based on that only the quantization error will be obtained. The quantization error will be obtained. But coming to the delta modulation, it will be depends on the destruction, slow power destruction and ideal noise, Garnier noise will be obtained in the delta modulation. Here the quantization will not be obtained here. Okay, and transmission bandwidth very high in the pulse code modulation. The reason is number of bits will be transmitted at a time. So due to that reason the transmission bandwidth is high. Due to that reason the transmission bandwidth is high, because whenever you are transmitting the large amount of data, then automatically the transmission bandwidth will be required very high. So always they will be choose that high bandwidth will be provided by the PCM. And coming to the delta modulation, it is very low, because only at a time you are transmitting only 1 bit. So need not necessary high bandwidth, only sufficient bandwidth will be required for the 1 bit transmission. Okay, and coming to the feedback connection means there is a no connection in the PCM, no feedback circuit will be obtained in the PCM, always they will be forwards the data. Okay, and coming to the delta modulation, all for transmitting block and receiving block, all will be supported the feedback circuit, all will be supported the feedback circuit. We are using the delay circuit accumulator across the feedback circuit. Okay, and coming to the circuit implementation, coming to the PCM, always they will be complex circuit will be obtained, always they will be supported, the implementation will be very complex. Whereas coming to the delta modulation, it is easy to implement because of the very low circuitry representation, These are the differences or comparison between the delta modulation and PCM. These are the differences and comparison between the delta modulation and PCM. Okay, ఈ చాన్సాలు అడుగుతాడు, what is the delta modulation or what is the differences between the adaptive delta modulation చెప్పినా కూడా డెల్టా మోడ్యులేషన్ కి అడాప్టివ్ డెల్టా మోడ్యులేషన్ కి డిఫరెన్సెస్ అని అడిగితే ఒకవేళ మీరు చెప్పాల్సింది అంటే ఆపరేషన్ ఇస్ సేమ్, బోత్ ద ఆపరేషన్స్ ఈస్ సేమ్ అండ్ సేమ్ బ్లాక్ డయాగ్రామ్ విల్ బి సపోర్టెడ్ ఎక్సెప్ట్ లాజిక్ ఫర్ స్టెప్ సైజ్ కంట్రోల్. దట్ ఈస్ ద మెయిన్ డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ ద అడాప్టివ్ డెల్టా మోడ్యులేషన్ అండ్ డెల్టా మోడ్యులేషన్. అది ఒకటి గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, లాజిక్ ఫర్ స్టెప్ సైజ్ కంట్రోల్. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద మెయిన్ ఫంక్షన్ that will be varies according to the input signal, the step size will be vary. Whereas coming to the delta modulation, the step size will not be vary. Okay, that is the main representation. Okay, and we have similarly signal to noise ratio in the delta modulation. So is the noise ratio in the delta modulation. Already seen in the PCM, noise in PCM, that means signal to noise ratio seen in the PCM. మన PCM లో ఆల్రెడీ చూసాము. అక్కడ మనం PCM కి వచ్చేసరికి ఏంటంటే మనం ఆల్రెడీ 4.7 + 6n అని సిగ్నల్ టు నాయిస్ రేషియో అనుకున్నాం. సిగ్నల్ టు నాయిస్ రేషియో అలానే మనకి ఇక్కడ డెల్టా మోడ్యులేషన్ అనేది అనదర్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ టెక్నిక్ కాబట్టి ఫర్ దిస్ what is the noise that will be present in the delta modulation that will be identified here. Okay, 4 steps lo ikkada untundi. Okay, first is vachesariki noise in delta modulation. Noise in delta modulation. So to obtain the signal power, first you want to find out the what is the signal power. So total power will be taken here. In delta modulation, the slope overload destruction will not be happen is given by AM is equal to delta by 2 pi FM TS. And already yesterday or day after yesterday we can discuss about the what is the condition for slope over destruction. Slope over destruction oka condition anedi discuss chesam. That is AM greater than or equal to delta by 2 pi FM TS ani. Okay, here we will consider that will not be happen. That means స్లోప్ ఓవర్ హెడ్ అనేది జరగకూడదు. సో జరగకూడదు కాబట్టి AM is equal to delta by 2 pi FM TS అనేది తీసుకున్నాం. ఓకేనా? అండ్ ద సిగ్నల్ పవర్ ఆఫ్ ది ఎనీ సిగ్నల్, జనరల్ గా ఒక సిగ్నల్ పవర్ అనేది ఆఫ్ ది ఎనీ సిగ్నల్ అనేది తీసుకుంటే then it will be represented that P is equal to V square by R, V square by R, where V is equal to RMS value of the input signal. Okay, RMS value of the input signal. Okay, and coming to the input is x of t is equal to AM sin 2 pi FM TS. If you consider the assume or consider, okay, if the input is x of t is equal to AM sin 2 pi FM TS, so then RMS value of the input signal is V is equal to AM by square root of 2. Square root of 2. Then you can substitute value in above equation and that is equal to signal power is equal to AM square by 2R. AM square by 2R. That is the signal power that will be present in the delta modulation. So when the input signal is operated at normalized frequency, then R value is equal to 1. Whenever the input will be taken as a normalized frequency, operated across the normalized frequency, we'll assume that R is equal to 1. Then we can obtain that P is equal to AM square by 2. AM square by 2. We already know that AM is equal to delta by 2 pi FM TS. So you can substitute the AM value in the above equation. We can obtain that P is equal to delta square by 8 pi square FM square TS square. Okay, mana edaithe slope overload destruction అనేది జరగకూడదు, doesn't obtain, then the condition is AM is equal to delta by 2 pi FM TS. సో ఆ వాల్యూ ఇక్కడ తీసుకొచ్చి AM ప్లేస్ లో సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే finally we will be obtain that P is equal to delta square by 8 pi square FM square TS square. That is the final expression of the equation. Okay, and this is the signal power, only signal power. You want to find out the signal to noise ratio. You want to find out signal to noise ratio. Okay, so signal to noise ratio means you must be find out the similarly in the PCM. Here also we can find out the probability distribution function. Probability distribution function. So the probability distribution function in delta modulation of the range is given as Fe of E. Always the probability distribution function Fe of E is equal to 0, 1 by 2 delta and 0 delta. And here 0 and some conditions will be obtained. Only 1 by 2 delta, that will be represents the, that will be lies between the minus delta to plus delta. Always that will be between the minus delta to plus delta. Other conditions will be 0. So probability distribution of the delta modulation range of minus delta to delta. In between that only 1 by 2 pi will be represented. Other functions will be 0. Other function will be 0. So delta will be considered here. So finally, you want to calculate the noise power. It will be a mean square value of the quantization error. We already know that noise power is mean square value of the quantization error. Sorry. So it will be given as, we know that formula, n is equal to noise power, np antaru or n antaru. So n is equal to integral limits minus delta to delta e square into fe of e into de. So we already know that fe of e value. So you can substitute the fe of e probability distribution function. Then you can obtain that integral minus delta to delta e square into 1 by 2 delta into de. Delta anedi constant. So e okate integration kabatti it will be come out of the integral. Then it will be obtained that 1 by 2 delta into minus delta to plus delta e square into de. Integration చేస్తే e cube by 3 అనేది మనకు వస్తుంది. So if you substituted the e value by delta, then we can obtain the delta square by 3. Finally, we can obtain the delta square by 3. So the noise power for the delta noise power for the system, we can consider that delta square by 3 in this expression. Okay. Now finally, signal to noise ratio. Signal to noise ratio will be taken here. The signal to noise ratio will be passed through the low pass filter. Then the output of the signal to noise ratio is, if you consider the always the signal to noise ratio, it will be passing through the low pass filter. You will be considered here. So signal to noise ratio is a ratio of the signal power to noise power. We already calculated the signal power and noise power. So you can substitute the values here. Then signal to noise ratio is equal to finally we can obtain that signal to noise ratio is equal to 3 by 8 pi square into fm square into ts square. This is the final representation of the signal to noise ratio. Signal power noise just మనకు వచ్చేది అనేది ఇక్కడ ఫైనల్ వాల్యూ మనకి అప్లై అవుతుంది. This is the obtain here. Whenever it will be passing through the low pass filter, then we can add the 1 by omega ts, whatever the signal to noise ratio we obtain. Whenever it will be comes under the output, then it will be passing through the low pass filter. Then we can obtain that into 1 by omega ts. Omega ts అనేది మనకు ఆల్రెడీ తెలుసు. ఒమేగా అంటే ఆ వాల్యూ ఇక్కడ తీసుకొచ్చి ఇక్కడ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే 2 pi of m అనేది సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే then we can finally obtain signal to noise ratio is equal to 3 by 16 pi cube fm cube ts cube. This is the signal to noise ratio of the delta modulation. ఈ ఫార్ములా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, ఎక్కువగా ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ లో అడుగుతాడు. సిగ్నల్ టు నాయిస్ రేషియో ఆఫ్ ది PCM is 4.7 plus 6n. Similarly, signal to noise ratio of the delta modulation is 3 by 16 pi cube fm cube ts cube. This is the final expression for the signal to noise ratio for delta modulation. మీకు డెల్టా మోడ్యులేషన్ కి PCM కి ఉంటాయి, DPCM కి అడాప్టివ్ డెల్టా మోడ్యులేషన్స్ కి సిగ్నల్ టు నాయిస్ ఉండవు. జస్ట్ దే విల్ బి extension of the delta modulation, extension of the PCM. Okay, this is the you have completed the first unit from here. Okay, any doubts today's class?
Sir, ఒకసారి 9-10 slides బెటరా?
9-10 హలో రిసీవర్ పాట
ఓకే సార్ 10th స్లైడ్.
ఎందుకురా ఏం ప్రింట్ స్క్రీన్ షేర్ కొడుతున్నాయి.
ఎస్ సార్.
సరే సరే
రాసుకోవాలి కదా సార్.
హలో
నెక్స్ట్ పేజ్ కూడా పెట్టండి సార్.
హలో
సార్ మీ మాట వినపడలేదు.
టుడే క్లాస్ అర్థమైంది అందరికి? ఈరోజుతో ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్ అయిపోయింది. హలో
అర్థమైంది సార్.
ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్ లో మీరు కవర్ చేసింది ఏంటంటే బేసిక్ బ్లాక్ డయాగ్రామ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ డిజిటల్ కమ్యూనికేషన్, అడ్వాంటేజెస్, దాంతోపాటు టెక్నిక్స్. కమింగ్ టు ద టెక్నిక్స్ వచ్చేసరికి PCM, DPCM, డెల్టా మాడ్యులేషన్, అడాప్టివ్ డెల్టా మాడ్యులేషన్. PCM లోనే శాంప్లింగ్ అండ్ క్వాంటైజేషన్ వస్తుంది. Continuation of the quantization will be obtained the compounding. These are the topics in the first unit. Okay na? Hello, ఏదైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి. రేపు సెకండ్ యూనిట్ స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం.
సార్ ఈ ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్ మొత్తం ఒక PDF ఏమన్నా పెట్టగలరు?
PDF కష్టంలే, ఏదైనా వీడియో ఉంటే పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంటే వీడియో పెడతాను.
ఓకే సార్. యూనిట్ మొత్తమా?
ఒకసారి రివైజ్ చేసి మళ్ళీ వీడియో పెడతాను. ఎనీ డౌట్స్?
ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్ మొత్తం పెడతారా సార్?
మీరు ఇంకా
ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్ మొత్తం పెడతారా?
ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్ మొత్తం మళ్ళీ పెడతానమ్మా. వీడియో పెడతాను అంతే. మెటీరియల్ అంటే ఏమన్నది కానీ ఒకసారి కాలేజ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ అప్పుడు మెటీరియల్ ఇస్తాను. Okay, no more doubts? I can conclude today class. Hello.
సార్
డౌట్స్ లేకపోతే కంక్లూడ్ చేస్తాను.
సార్ PCM ఉంది కదా, పల్స్ కోడ్ మాడ్యులేషన్.
ఓకే.
దాని బ్లాక్ డయాగ్రామ్ లో రీజనరేటివ్ రిపీటర్స్ అండ్ రీజనరేషన్ సర్క్యూట్ ఉంది కదా సార్.
రిపీటర్స్ రీజనరేటివ్ సర్క్యూట్స్ ఉంది
సార్. నార్మల్ గా మనకు డయాగ్రామ్ లో వచ్చేసరికి ఛానల్ అవుట్పుట్ అనేది రీజనరేషన్ రిపీటర్స్ ఇచ్చినట్టు ఉంది సార్. ఆ రీజనరేటివ్ రిపీటర్స్ అనేవి రీజనరేషన్ సర్క్యూట్ లో ఉంటాయా, బయట ఉంటాయా సార్?
అవి సర్క్యూట్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు మీకు అది మామూలుగా మనం చిన్న సర్క్యూట్ కాబట్టి చెప్తున్నాం. ఇప్పుడు ప్రాక్టికల్ గా వచ్చేసరికి ఏంటంటే లార్జ్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ ట్రాన్స్మిటర్ యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ట్రాన్స్మిటర్ యూజ్ చేసినప్పుడు ఫార్ అవే రీజన్స్ లో రిపీటర్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ఎక్కడ యూజ్ చేస్తామంటే రిపీటర్స్ యాక్చువల్ గా చెప్పాలంటే ఎక్కడైతే సిగ్నల్ డ్రాప్ అవుతుందో ఆ ప్లేసెస్ లో రిపీటర్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తాం. హలో
ఓకే సార్,
అర్థమైందో చెప్పింది? ఎక్కడ మనకు సిగ్నల్ డ్రాప్ అవుతుందో అక్కడ రిపీటర్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తాం. అలా అని ప్రతి చోట యూజ్ చేయాలని లేదు. డ్రాప్ అయిన చోటే మనం యూజ్ చేస్తాం, ఎందుకంటే బూస్టప్ చేయడానికి సిగ్నలింగ్ స్ట్రెంత్ ని.
ఓకే సార్.
ఓకే. ఓకే, ఏదైనా నాకు తెలిసి 72 numbers to 75 numbers వస్తున్నారు క్లాస్ కి. మరి మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ కి మిగతా వాళ్ళకి కొంచెం ఇంటిమేట్ చేయండి, ఎందుకంటే ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్ చాలా ఈజీ అసలు బేసిక్స్ మొత్తం మిస్ అవుతే మళ్ళీ పోయినట్టే అనమాట. కాబట్టి కనీసం నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ నుంచి అయినా అందరూ రావడానికి ట్రై చేయండి, మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ కూడా ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేయండి. ఓకేనా? ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ ఆల్. సరే, టుడేస్ సెక్షన్ ఈస్ కంక్లూడ్.